G'day and welcome to ReDriven. Now, bargain supercars. Two words that don't normally go together, but as we're about to show you, there are some really special cars out there that offer fantastic value, as long as you choose to ignore the maintenance and running costs, which we will be ignoring in this list. Now, what the definition of a supercar even is quite subjective, but on this list, we're going to be sticking with Wikipedia's definition, which is street-legal, high-performance luxury sports cars. Also for this list, we're going to be sticking with cars that were truly internationally available. So our apologies to all the TVR, Corvette, and Elfin fans out there. Those are all fantastic supercars, but just not internationally available enough for this list. Anyway, let's get into it. Here are our top 5 bargain supercars. First up, representing the front-engined rear-wheel drive coupe category of supercars, it's the Aston Martin V8 Vantage. There were so many potential cars to represent this category from the likes of Bentley, Maserati, Jaguar, and so many more. But the combination of the Vantage being a genuinely special car and Aston Martin being unequivocally a pinnacle luxury brand had the still gorgeous coupe just top the other candidates. Powered by a 4.3 then 4.7 litre quad-cam 32 valve V8, the beautiful Aston retailed for around about $250,000 when new here in Australia. But these days, you can pick up a 2007 or 2008 V8 Vantage for around about $80,000. In the US and the UK, it's even cheaper. You're looking at around about $45,000 in the States and £35,000 in the UK. 0 to 100 in under 5 seconds, superb chassis balance, a sumptuous leather interior, and a timeless and iconic design. Plus now, they're actually more affordable than base model AMG Mercedes and RS model Audis. What's not to love? In fourth place, we had to have a Porsche on this list, obviously, but it was a tough one because there are so many affordable options. But for the budget supercar criteria, it had to be a 996 Turbo. Sure, you can pick up 996 Carreras for far less money, but it's the turbo that offers genuine supercar performance. We're talking 0 to 100 kilometres an hour in just over 4 seconds, and the quarter mile in the 12s. That's still bloody quick even compared to today's standards. Plus, being a 911, it's genuinely usable on a daily basis. It should hopefully be very reliable, and being all-wheel drive will blow your mind away with its dynamic abilities on almost any road in any weather condition. Pricing here in Australia kicked off from around about $300,000 when they're new, but these days, you're looking at around about $120,000, while in the US, you'll only need to fork out around about $50,000, and in the UK, you're looking in the mid £40,000 region. Okay, look, it's getting a little bit long in the tooth, and it's still arguably the least popular generation of 911, but in terms of bang for your buck while still being all Euro and luxurious, these things are very hard to beat. Now, when you think supercar, you probably think a mid-engined layout wrapped in some gorgeous body shell, right? Well, our third place getter answers all of those requests. It's my personal favourite of this list. It's the Audi R8. The R8 was designed to take on the greatest everyday supercar of all time, the 911, and beat it into submission. And it arguably did. Not only is the design timeless, the R8 exudes an understated cool. It's somehow both extroverted and understated all at once. And the incredible chassis balance and driving dynamics are more than matched by its brilliant 4.2 litre V8. Brand new here in Australia, Audi required just under $300,000 to get behind the wheel on a full-time basis. But these days, a first-gen R8 will be asking as little as $110,000. And in the US, you're going to be looking at around about $70,000. And for those of you in the UK, you're going to need around about £40,000. Sure, at this price, it will most likely have the controversial R-tronic automated transmission rather than the sublime gated manual. And early R8s aren't without their faults. But as long as you're mentally and financially prepared, these things are just incredible. In second place, look, this is a supercar list. We had to have something Italian on here, but will it be the only Italian? It's the Lamborghini Gallardo. Lamborghini may have started as a tractor company, but when you think supercar, chances are you think either Lamborghini or Ferrari. Now, this is the top 5 bargain supercar list, and okay, look, we might be stretching the definition of bargain just a little bit when it comes to the Gallardo, but look, bear with us on this. Gallardos here in Australia can now be had for around about $150,000. And look, I know that doesn't sound like a bargain, but remember those same Gallardos, when new here in Australia, cost more than $450,000. That's a $300,000 discount. That is a bargain. In the US, the story gets even better. You guys will be looking at under $100,000, and in the UK, pricing kicks off from around the low £60,000 region. For that money, look, you will be relegated to an E-gear equipped base model Gallardo, as manual transmissions and limited number Superleggera models ask for far more. But even a base model Gallardo is still packing that incredible naturally aspirated V10. Just listen to it. Now look, before we get to first place, I've got to ask you a favor. Can you please hit those like, subscribe and bell icon buttons? It does help us out an immense amount. And after this video, go follow us on all the socials. So I'm guessing that you're thinking with an Italian in second place, it must be a Ferrari in first place, right? And like probably a 360 Modena? Well, it's not, because there's another gorgeous mid-engine supercar out there with performance that easily matches the 360. It comes from a luxury manufacturer that has genuine Formula One pedigree, and here in Australia, it costs nearly $100,000 less than the flashy Italian. It's the Lotus Evora. It's the Lotus that everyone seems to forget about, but we argue that the Evora is the bargain supercar. It has supercar performance very nearly matching the Gallardo and the 911 Turbo for acceleration, while actually beating both the R8 and the Vantage. It sits on a quintessential mid-engined rear-wheel drive supercar layout. It has the extroverted design aesthetic of a supercar, and its interior is drenched in leather with just the right sprinkling of exotic materials to make it feel very, very special. Plus, with production only just wrapping up, the Evora is the newest car on this list, and by a long, long way, it's the most exclusive. Lamborghini sold just over 14,000 Gallardos, whereas Lotus didn't even get to half of that, meaning that there are more than twice as many Gallardos in the world than there are Evoras. But it wins this top 5 because of its price. Here in Australia, you can park one of these in your garage for around about $75,000. And even when new, these are a bargain for what they are, with pricing averaging around about $190,000 depending on year, trim level and spec. In the US, an early model Evora will set you back less than $50,000, and in the UK, you can get behind the wheel of one of these for as little as £28,000. Plus, even though we've been trying to ignore running and maintenance costs on this list, because the Evora has a supercharged Toyota V6 power plant, it should be ultra reliable, and if something does go wrong, you hopefully won't have to sell any internal organs to pay for the repairs. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and hey, what did you think of the list? Let us know in the comments section below. And can you please do us a favor and remember hit those like, subscribe and bell icon buttons, and go and follow us on all the socials. See you next time. Genuinely usable. We had to have something Italian on there. From around the low £60,000 pound. Naturally aspirated. Because there's another gorgeous, there's a gorgeous, you're the gorgeous, quintessential mid-engined rear-wheel drive, it's wabbit season. And hey, can you also do us a favor and hit those, too many hays. Hey. That's where you put a clip of the car going past with the engine going.